Cursed is the one. Ba nkamogelang ke mo iponetse. Makgadikgadi Junior Secondary School, Boteti District. Narrated by Wame Kelagamang, Maung Senior Secondary School, Maung.
The last sparks of the sun had already disappeared behind the hills of Mogotswane village. As Selelo approached the gates, she realized that they were closed. The roar of her father's voice, full of questions towards her mother, made her realize something was wrong. Her head twisted as if someone was working a crucial needle in it. Her legs started shaking. She had no choice but to arm herself with the hope of a successful self-defense. Solo thought about the solution to her problem. Why had they locked the gates? She climbed the fence to enter their home. At the door, she opened without knocking and found her parents already having dinner. Her father's eyes were red because he was irritated about their daughter's behavior. Selo's mother called her and talked to her. Selelo, my daughter, I noticed that you have changed behavior nowadays. You come home late from school. Look at the time now. You even open the door without knocking. What kind of behavior is that? Coming late can bring you trouble. You can get yourself raped. Why do you always come home late? What made you come late today? Maybe you have a boyfriend. I'm worried about that, Selelo. Tell me what brings you late, or I'll let your father hit you. Selelo cried immediately. Mom, she said, I don't have a boyfriend. I'm trying to focus on my education. I came late because I have a study group that meets every day after school. We finish a little late because there's a lot of material to cover. You lie. You have a boyfriend. You think we don't know children's behaviors? Her mother counteracted. Listen, the Bible says in Deuteronomy that cursed is the one who disrespects his father and mother. You don't want to be cursed, do you, Selelo? Fine. I'm dropping out of school then. What's the use? When I do additional work to boost my academic performance, you think I'm jollying. I'll make you happy, Mom. I quit school. What? Selelo, how can an intelligent girl like you abandon her education like that? Please, don't drop out of school. You are our only hope. Please, I'm very sorry I offended you, my daughter. Let me serve some dinner for you. Would you like chicken or beef? Selo's parents never talked to her about her late coming again, but Selo's late coming persisted, getting worse as the year progressed. At times, she didn't spend the night at home, even as they noticed a new cell phone that they didn't buy her. Selo's parents didn't speak about it. One night, they debated talking to her. Her father wanted her mother to do the talking because it was, according to him, a girl-to-girl kind of talk. But her mother, on the other hand, wanted her father to speak because he had a stronger voice that might scare Selelo back to her senses. At the first attempt of her mother in talking to her, they argued and Selelo threatened to run away. Her mother gave up and she never talked to her again. Selelo became rebellious, even to a point of questioning family rules and regulations. Then Selelo fell pregnant. Her mother noticed the symptoms 3 weeks before the diagnosis. When she asked her, Selelo said she was just sick and didn't want to eat. 3 weeks later, when the vomiting didn't end, she was taken to the clinic where she was pronounced pregnant. We should have spoken to her while there was still time, her father told her mother. I tried. You know that. It's you who feared talking to her. It's too late now. The blame game and finger pointing between the parents didn't end. They could now see that had they spoken to their child on time and ensured that she followed rules and regulations, the current matter could have been prevented. Selelo was embarrassed and ashamed of what she had done to her family, letting them down and making them the scorn of the village. Her mother said to her, Are these the results of your study group? Have you been studying or spending time with boys? What did I say to you? All you knew was to threaten to leave school, but now you are going to really leave school with a baby in your stomach. Remember that Bible verse that says cursed is the one? How can you disappoint us like this? I'm sorry, Mom, Selelo cried. There's no point in being sorry now. It's way too late. Why didn't you at least use contraceptives? Who knows what diseases could be festering inside you right now? Sello looked at her toes and remained silent. After darkness fell, Sello jumped the fence and walked out to her friends. I need your help, she said. I know you once fell pregnant but then reversed it. I'm in dire straits right now. After chatting a little, the friend walked with her to a nearby homestead. She told Sello to wait outside while she herself went in to speak with the herbalist. A few minutes later, in exchange of some banknotes, she gave Sello a bottle of medicine. Swallow it all in one gulp before you sleep tonight, the friend said. Sello's mother was awoken at night by a fierce groaning from Sello's room. She kicked the blanket and ran there. Sello was crouching on the floor, her face contorted in pain. She groaned and moaned, palpable pain evident in her eyes. She clutched her stomach, and when her mother looked again, she noticed blood on the floor and a small, empty bottle. She screamed for her husband. Together, they carried Sello, threw her in the back of their car, and sped to the hospital.
Take-home message. Parent-to-child communication must be open and truthful to ensure clear guidelines are given and received to avoid problems such as unplanned pregnancies and school dropouts. Home rules are meant to guide, protect, and nurture families. Children should be willing and ready to discuss growing up matters with their parents. Illegal abortions are a crime and should be avoided as they can lead to death.